everything I've done, I've always felt, that other people are doing so much better, or other people are achieving things that I aspire to, but I never kind of get there, And he stopped talking to me for 2 years. Jack of all trades, master of none. If that's the tag that people want to put on me. Dad of 2.
Apple cider vinegar.
Let's stop. Husband of 1. Owner of dog. He's Nigel. To see if it's ours.
Allowance as a consequence of trying to convince them that he's more capable than what he actually is, because on his own knowing that is a proof that he's independent. He doesn't,
Hi Marion.
And you're right.
How are you?
There might not be many people like him in that.
Oh, this is Nikolai. He's doing a film about me today, so don't know where we're going. Yeah, okay. Bye. Bye. Yay! Daisy knows this church. So this is St Bartholomew's Church. It was painted by Camille Pizarro, which put it on the map. That's the reason I came to this church. When I came to visit one Sunday, curious to know what the church was like, because I'd seen it in this painting in the National Gallery of this church. And I came in, sat through the service, and as I was leaving, the vicar said, "Mr. Rushton." I went, "Hello, I don't know you." And it transpired that I taught his daughters in Newstead Wood School. And he had the advantage over me. I was sort of going, "Well, how do you know?" And I was worried for a moment. I thought, what have I done? But then I came a few more times, and somebody came up to me and said, "Well, would you be interested in being part of our church community, blah, 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 part of the congregation, and would you like to be..." Then they asked me if I would be on the parochial church council, and they asked me to do a bit of repair work for them. I did that, and they kept giving me lots of jobs, and I've been here 14 years doing repair work, but I'm just about coming to the end now, because it's I'm retiring. 2 years an art teacher, turned builder. Let's say I'm posh builder. That's where Eleanor Marx lived, and Karl Marx is supposed to have come and visited her there. Ironically, the road where she lived is called Jews Walk, and he was a complete atheist. But got more involved in conservation and maintenance of old buildings, particularly churches, over the last 14 years.
Can you give it to me?
No, I can't give you the key, but is Leslie not coming?
No.
I was born and raised in a place called Cheshire, just south of Manchester, and went through, when I was about 17, 18, I just didn't know what I was going to do with myself. The only thing I was any good at was drawing and painting, and then I just sort of thought, I'll apply to art school. I went to Bristol to do my degree, and then I got onto a master's course, and so I made the move to London. It's a terrible place if you've got no money. I never anticipated being an artist. It wasn't within the realms of my existence, as a working class lad, to be an artist. But I did feel that I did feel that visual images were really important to me. And when I got to my degree, and I did quite well on my degree, my father was going, well, what does it mean? What does it mean? You got, you know, I got first, and my dad was saying, what does that mean? I was saying, well, it's top mark you can get, Dad, you know. And he was going, well, what does it mean? And I was thinking, well, this work that you've just seen in my exhibition, they think it's really good. He said, and he still didn't get it until I said, oh, well, look, Dad, it probably means I can get a job. And he was like, oh, that's good, isn't it? You know?
I made myself quite vulnerable when I once described myself as a Renaissance man. What I was trying to say was that it doesn't matter whether it's music or writing or sculpture, ceramics, painting, drawing. If I hook onto something, I find it quite acceptable if I believe in it. Music, you know, going to raves when I'm 60 and stuff, you know. That's Alex's. He's plays for a rugby team, Lanes. This was something I started years ago, which I was trying to do for my kids when they reached 18. Well, Alex has reached 18 and I still haven't finished the book. The initial intention was that I found myself telling my kids off all the time when they're about 3 or 4 years ago. And I thought, Jesus, what have I become? I've become this terribly kind of scary parent. And I wanted them to know that I wasn't always a scary parent. I had a life before children. Trying to get the humour right is really the hardest task, you know. You try and imagine what it would be like to be the reader of the article or the consumer of the artifact. And that's very difficult to do if you've read the bloody thing 12 times and don't find it funny anymore, you know. But well, I've got ready for publication 4 chapters, but I've got 85,000 words. So it'll be a book about 100 pages. If it's really good, then I might put it on Amazon. I've already come across a few problems, in as much as one of the people that's included in the story, I referred to him as a pilfering little vagabond and a villainous character with a dark side. And he stopped talking to me for 2 years. He's very suspicious of me, you know. Let's go. Oh. All right, Ace, shall we go? Holiday, shall we today? Alexa, stop. Going to go out to Whitstable, which is a working little fishing port. It's still got a little bit of its oldie worldiness. It hasn't been sanitised for the tourist industry. But I like to walk the dog along there because there's lots of boats. Welcome to England. Actually, since you've been here, we've had a lot of rain. It has rained practically. We've had a year's rainfalls. Gotta find somewhere to park now. Yeah, one of the difficult things about living in London, of course, is that, you know, although
it's only ever an hour away, I have this real sort of desire to be by the ocean or on the ocean or in the ocean. And after 22 years of being a teacher, I actually handed my resignation in and said, look, I'm going to go and be a dive bomb in Egypt. I love diving, I love being in the sea, I love sailing, you know, sort of fishing, diving, sailing, anything on the sea.
Hi, can I get a pint of Guinness, please?
Staying in.
Yeah. You look slightly insane.
That'll be £12 then, please.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have known that.
Well, I mean, a dog this size needs walking regularly to the pub.
Yeah.
He knows the pubs, does he?
You can come over here, bring the dog, have a walk, have a pint, some fish and chips in here. It gets really busy in the summer. And then shuffle along to the harbour, get some vegetable oysters, take them home, and make love. It looks like a beacon home, doesn't it? Say, well, when the kids want the dog, you know, and they promise to do the walks, and you think how disappointing it is when they don't do the walks after you've got the dog. I've actually found that really the best thing about having a dog, the walks. I've been trying to think why I like Whitstable, and I think it's because it's sort of still like, you know, the seafront is kind of still humble properties. It's not kind of like sanitised and fancy hotels. These are still like this. I'm sure she remembers the sea, you know. I just Yay! There you go. That's a good girl. When the kids finish school, we'll sell their house or we'll buy another house or something. So live by the sea. Somewhere. Not sort of somewhere particularly classy, but here would be nice. Yeah, because it's, apart from the summer, it gets really busy. You get a bad impression of, well, you get a good impression of it now, but in the summer you can't move here. You can't park. People are, there's just too many people. So maybe somewhere, I don't know. I did think about buying a house in South Africa by the sea. That'd be really affordable. I could have a really posh house and be, Englishman in his castle sort of thing. But there are problems there too politically. I don't know. I'll find somewhere. I'll start looking in a couple of years when Ben's gone through his exams and stuff. Like everybody, And if it doesn't happen, I'll be happy just to live my life in Sydney. War-torn South East London. Yes. Got cred. And I'll meet people like you. It's a sculpture by a proper artist. If it's there, it's worth a look, but I can't guarantee that it will be there. Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Beautiful anyway. The thing is, right, the Bible has got lots of really great stories to live by, but it loses me when it talks about life after death, and it loses me at certain things. We're supposed to be made in God's image, but we fall pretty much short of that, don't we? And if it's the other thing that if we are if God is, if it's pretentious and sort of arrogant for us to think that we're little gods, then, and we shouldn't think like that. God thinks that's, it's blasphemous, or we're told that's blasphemous. But then, what does God think? If we're made in God's image, and we sometimes think we're little gods, is it wrong for God to think he's God? Do you know what I mean? The biggest issue with religion is it's so divisive. If you go, I went to Jerusalem once and I saw the Jews, and on the other side of the wall is the dome with the martyrs' skull. The holy shrine from which Muhammad Ali sort of ascended to the heavens. And on this side of the wall we've got, the holy sepulchre where Jesus was supposed to have risen from. It's just full of contradictions and sort of, I don't know. I just feel as if there are lots of holes in it. And I don't believe in life after death for sure. I think that's you live in the memories of the living, but that's as far as it goes. Church. I mean, I went to church the other day. Well, not the other day. It was it was a week after the Israelis invaded Gaza, and nobody said anything about it. Yeah, the vicar didn't mention it, and the vicar didn't mention it because the government are supporting Israel. Why doesn't the flaming church, if it's all about humanity and fellowship, why didn't he plead sort of come out in support of the Palestinians and stuff the government, stuff the establishment, because they are part of the establishment. That's probably why I don't like the church. That's where I fall out with the church. And here we are. Hooray. I don't feel too bad. I don't feel too bad now. Run. Yippee! What is it then? Who is it? It's been the best day ever today. I've talked about myself all day. It was really good.
Every day.
That's my photograph, actually. I just noticed what it's called. I can see the pub from here.
Oh,
Do you want a plant book?
Good.
I need to make more space.
I think my wife is challenged by my thinking. I think she's she's really stoic. She keeps her feet on the ground. She keeps me sane.
do you keep trying?
Yeah, people's here, people's there.
She's loads of really good things that I was fortunate to find in her that I really needed. I think without her I'd be probably a wasted alcoholic or drug addict, or I'd die of some terrible disease.
Then you do it yourself.
Can you pass me a knife then?
He's alright.
Say,
He's brilliant. Christmas is coming.
Yeah, he's good.
You cheeky bugger. When I come round from upstairs, you gotta be ready for piano, okay? Come on, piano.
You think you want to get vinegar? Drinking apple cider vinegar. You want to get vinegar? Right. You're about to stop acting innocent.
Sorry, guys.
Boomer.
think the most sincere thing that I can say to my kids is, you know, I hope you have as good a life as I've had. I've really been lucky in pretty much everything I've done, you know. Been really living the moment most of my life. Maybe that will come to an end if I, you know, sort of end up in a wheelchair or something. I don't know. I mean,
Tell me, Rushton, how the mighty fall. I'm a king, not a pauper.
I'm hoping, for as long as I'm well, fit and able to do it, there's lots of exciting things ahead.
Well done, young man. You're in bed now, son. Soul, soldier I must be. Fuck you, for curiosity. Two pistols on my knee. I'll fight for the Queen's country, fight for the Queen's country, fight for the Queen's country.
Oh yeah, also put his head on Superman's body.
It's already on Superman's body, what are you on about?